With Henry, I had a really non-eventful, just a lovely pregnancy, textbook almost. Henry's my third baby. He was born with brown curly hair and chubby cheeks and really big hands. You know, both my husband and I, we just assumed that we were going to come home with a baby that day, and they couldn't find a heartbeat. So we were at the finish line and just completely shift the centre of my gravity. I still can't believe that.
Maurice Blackburn specialises in birth trauma cases, so hearing Marina's story was definitely a reminder of things, particularly regionally, can go wrong. And as a woman, hearing another woman speak about that type of a loss, it really struck a chord with me, and it was something we were passionate about pursuing.
My main focus is to warn other parents that were just like me, you know, just good people that don't realise that things like this can happen. I mean, I trusted them. We paid so much money to ensure that we'd have really good health, and I just naively assumed that if we were paying for the best kind of care, we would receive it.
It was really important to us when we met with Marina to give her the time and the space to tell her story, because she felt like no one had, no one in the community or within her medical care. I truly believe that one of the most important roles for us as lawyers is to assist our clients through some really awful times, and I feel a great responsibility to do her justice and to make this process as smooth for her as possible.
So the first time that I made the call to Kirsten at Maurice Blackburn, I found that Kirsten just let me speak. Right off the bat, I felt compassion.
Having experience in running claims like Marina's is very helpful. At the end of that first call with Marina, I thought the matter was worth investigating.
The main thing from that call was validation. It was the first time anyone had said, "Marina, this is not right and it's worth investigating." That was the first time.
We send a brief of Marina's records to an independent obstetrician, and following a report from him, he does support everything she has said and her intuition. However, it can also understandably be very devastating to know that the outcome could have been very different and baby Henry could have been here with her.
I think for Marina and her family, receiving the independent expert evidence has provided them with a lot of answers, but it's also provided Marina with a lot of reassurance that what she thought had gone wrong had actually gone wrong.
I think the biggest lesson that I've learnt from this, losing my son, was that I myself know my body and I know when something's wrong, and that if I could have had my time again, I would have trusted myself and I would have gone to the hospital myself and demanded to be seen.
Medical negligence claims processes are quite complex, so it's important that someone seeks advice from a lawyer who specialises in this area. It's important to us as lawyers to fight for justice.
This time around, the level of care is just outstanding, and I can't work out whether it's because Henry was stillborn or if it's just because I'm dealing with different people. This is the kind of treatment that every mother deserves to have, especially when you live rural.
Every Australian, regardless of where they live, is entitled to legal representation, and it's important that people seek legal advice early to know where they stand and know what their options are. Anyone going through a legal process or having to speak with a lawyer can feel overwhelmed. It can be a stressful situation, but we do our absolute best to take the pressure off and to make it as easy as possible.